Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Joshua Russell, once again. Welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all doing well. I hope y'all having an awesome day today. And right now I'm gonna be doing another video. This time I'm gonna be going over some of my favorite Christmas movies, two of my favorite video games I love to play during the Christmas season, as well as some of my favorite Christmas themed episodes from some of my favorite comic book TV shows. And with all that being said, let's get started. Alright, now let's go over some of my favorite Christmas movies. Some of my favorite Christmas movies are Friday After Next, Elf, Die Hard, Batman Returns, and Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas from the year 2000. Friday After Next is easily my favorite movie in the Friday trilogy, because it fully embraces the chaos, heart, and ridiculous humor of the series while wrapping it all in a perfect Christmas setting. The movie kicks off hilariously on Christmas Eve with the Santa Claus robbers stealing Craig and Day-Day's rent money and presents, instantly setting the stakes and the non-stop comedy in motion. Ice Cube and Mike Epps have incredible chemistry, with Day-Day's power trip as a mall security guard leading to some of the funniest moments in the entire franchise. Ice Cube once again reprises his role as Craig Jones, who previously played the character in Friday and Next Friday. And Mike Epps once again plays Day-Day Jones. He also previously played the character in Next Friday. The supporting cast absolutely steals the show, especially Cat Williams as Money Mike, Terry Crews as Damon, and John Witherspoon as Willie Jones, who all bring unforgettable energy to every scene that they're in. The shopping center storyline, complete with Holy Moly's Donut Shop, Bro's Barbecue, and random run-ins with criminals, gives the movie a lively environment that constantly feeds the jokes. The Christmas Eve rent party is pure comedy gold, packed with wild interactions, escalating chaos, and classic Friday absurdity. The final chase with the Santa robber is both satisfying and hilarious, giving Craig and Day-Day a win that feels earned while still keeping the laughs coming. Overall, Friday After Next is funny as hell, endlessly quotable, and the perfect comedy to rewatch every Christmas season. Elf is one of those Christmas movies that never gets old. It's an absolute joy to watch every holiday season. The film follows Buddy Hobbs, a human who accidentally ends up at the North Pole as a baby and is raised by Santa's elves, growing up believing he's one of them until he learns the truth about his identity. When Buddy discovers his real father, Walter Hobbs, a clinical children's book publisher in New York City who landed himself on Santa Claus's naughty list, he travels south to find him and spreads some much-needed Christmas spirit. Watching Buddy navigate New York with this childlike innocence leads to some of the funniest moments in the movie, especially his time at Gimbel's and his growing crush on Jovi. Will Ferrell is perfect as Buddy, fully committing to the character's over-the-top cheerfulness while still making him incredibly likable. The heart of the movie really shines through as Buddy slowly helps Walter reconnect with his family and rediscover what Christmas is all about. The Central Park finale with the crowd singing the Power Santa sleigh perfectly captures the movie's message about belief and togetherness. By the end, Elf delivers laughs, warmth, and pure holiday magic, making it a must-watch Christmas classic every single year. Die Hard is the ultimate Christmas action movie, blending holiday vibes with non-stop badass thrills. The film follows NYPD detective John McClane as he travels to Los Angeles on Christmas Eve to reconnect with his wife, only to be trapped inside Nakatomi Plaza when terrorists led by the ruthless Hans Gruber take everyone hostage. What makes the movie so compelling is watching John McClane, played perfectly by Bruce Willis, survive on pure grit, improvisation, and raw determination while battling enemies one by one. Alan Rickman delivers an iconic performance as Hans Gruber, giving the film a villain who's just as smart and memorable as the hero. The action is intense, brutal, badass, and creative, with shootouts, explosions, and clever traps that still hold up decades later. The Christmas setting adds a unique flavor, turning holiday decorations, music, and office parties into part of the chaos. Supporting characters like Al Palo and Argyle add heart and humor, balancing the tension with memorable moments. By the time John McClane defeats Hans Gruber and walks away battered but victorious, Die Hard cements itself as a legendary action classic that's perfect to watch every Christmas season. Batman Returns is a dark gothic sequel that fully embraces its Christmas setting while telling one of the most twisted Batman stories ever put on screen. The film opens with the tragic origin of Oswald Cobblepot, abandoned as a child and raised in Gotham sewers, only to resurface decades later as the Penguin during the holiday season. Manipulated by the ruthless Max Schreck, Penguin schemes his way back into Gotham society while secretly plotting revenge against the city that rejected him. At the same time, Selina Kyle is transformed into Catwoman after surviving Shrek's attempted murder, becoming one of the film's most iconic and complex characters. As Batman investigates Penguin's connection to the Red Triangle Gang, his path repeatedly collides with Catwoman, both as enemies and as romantic partners in their civilian lives. Batman Returns is a really great sequel to the 1989 film, and even though I prefer Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises, I still really enjoyed Batman Returns, and it's a really great movie to watch during the holiday season. How the Grinch Stole Christmas from the year 2000 tells the story of the Grinch, a bitter green outcast living on Mount Crumpit, who despises Christmas and plots to ruin it for the cheerful Who's of Whoville. It's basically the same plot from the 1966 animated cartoon. Through Cindy Lou's kindness, the film explores the Grinch's painful past, including his childhood humiliation and broken heart involving Martha May. Jim Carrey's performance as the Grinch is wildly energetic and entertaining, and is absolutely hilarious, bringing physical comedy, sarcasm, and over-the-top expressions that make the character unforgettable. The story pretty much plays out just like it did in the animated cartoon. The Grinch disguises himself as Santa Claus and steals every Christmas present, decoration, and scrap of food in Whoville during the night. And on Christmas morning, the Who's decision to sing together despite the theft proves that Christmas means more than just gifts. Hearing their voices, the Grinch realizes the truth and his heart grows 3 sizes and he saves both Cindy and Christmas itself. The film wraps up with redemption, forgiveness, and humor, making it a funny, emotional, and essential holiday movie to watch every Christmas season. Alright, now let's talk about some of my favorite Christmas-themed episodes from some of my favorite comic book superhero shows. One of my favorite episodes from the Spectacular Spider-Man 2008 series is Season 2, Episode 3, Reinforcement. This is easily one of my favorite episodes of the show. It opens up with Spider-Man investigating stolen technology, only to uncover whispers of a mysterious master planner pulling the strings. Now, in this episode, the Sinister Six have broken out of prison thanks to Dr. Octopus, aka Otto Octavius, who's also the Master Planner. He recruits several of Peter Parker's most dangerous villains: Electro, Vulture, Sandman, Rhino, Kraven the Hunter, and Mysterio. While Peter Parker tries to enjoy the holiday at Rockefeller Center with his friends, the Sinister Six make their move, forcing Peter Parker to suit up in his Spidey costume to battle 6 of his most dangerous villains. The episode brilliantly balances action with character drama, showing Peter's strained relationship with his friends, Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane Watson, Liz Allen, and Flash Thompson during the holiday season. And I also love the action in this episode as well. I love seeing Spider-Man go toe-to-toe with the Sinister Six. Now, he did this before back in Season 1 while he was wearing the symbiote suit during the Venom story arc. But in this episode, Peter Parker manages to take down each of his most dangerous villains one by one, and it was so satisfying to watch. Christmas with the Joker is a perfect holiday episode of Batman the Animated Series that mixes Christmas cheer with pure Joker chaos. It opens memorably on Christmas Eve at Arkham Asylum, where the inmates are singing Jingle Bells before Joker escapes, and Joker also sings Jingle Bells Batman Smells. That's pretty funny. Back at the Batcave, the quieter holiday mood contrasts nicely as Robin tries to convince Batman to relax, only for Joker's escape to pull them back into action. Gotham seems peaceful at first, which makes the Joker's sudden hijacking of the television airwaves even more unsettling and fun. Joker turns the whole night into a twisted game show called Christmas with the Joker, complete with the giant Santa tank, and he's also kidnapped Commissioner Jim Gordon, Harvey Bullock, and Summer Gleason. And at the end of the episode, Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson were able to defeat Joker and rescue Harvey Bullock, Jim Gordon, and Summer Gleason. Comfort and Joy is easily one of my favorite episodes of Justice League. perfectly capturing the spirit of Christmas through small personal moments rather than world-ending threats. After saving an alien planet, the League go their separate ways for the holidays, allowing characters like Hawkgirl and John Jones to experience Earth traditions for the first time. Green Lantern's attempt to share the joy of snow with Hawkgirl turns into playful chaos, ending in a rough alien bar fight that still somehow feels like her version of holiday bonding. The Flash's storyline easily stands out and is one of my favorites, as his determination to bring happiness to an orphanage leads to an unexpected moment of kindness and redemption with one of his villains, Ultra Humanite. Superman also brings John Jones to his home in Smallville, where he meets Martha Kent and Jonathan Kent, and it's easily one of my favorite moments in the episode. This is easily one of my favorite episodes of Justice League because it takes a break from the world-ending threats to focus on smaller things like celebrating the holidays with your family and friends. Alright, now let's talk about some of my favorite Christmas-themed video games: Batman Arkham Origins and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Batman Arkham Origins was released back in 2013, and this is one of my favorite games to revisit during the Christmas season, because its snowy Christmas Eve setting gives Gotham City an incredible atmosphere. This game is set years before the events of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. The game portrays a younger, more angrier Batman who's still earning his reputation while being hunted down by 8 deadly assassins after Black Mask placed a $50 million bounty on Batman's head. The story stands out by focusing on Batman's early relationships, especially with his butler Alfred Pennyworth and his uneasy alliance with the still distrusted Captain James Gordon. Exploring North Gotham and South Gotham feels fantastic, with locations like the Penguin ship The Final Offer adding memorable variety to the world. The gameplay builds perfectly on the Arkham formula, featuring the amazing free-flow combat, the intense Predator encounters, and new gadgets like the shot gloves and the remote claw that add depth to the encounters. The detective crime scene investigations are a highlight, reinforcing Batman's role as the world's greatest detective rather than just a brawler. I really love the Joker in this game, and I also love the boss fights, especially with Deathstroke and Bane. They're some of the best boss fights throughout the entire series. So overall, Batman Arkham Origins is easily one of my favorite games in the series, and it's right up there with Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City, and in my opinion, it's a better game than Batman Arkham Knight, even though I enjoyed Arkham Knight despite its flaws. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales continues the story after the events of the first game, following Miles Morales as he fully steps into the role of Spider-Man after a year of training under Peter Parker. Set during the winter and Christmas season, the game places Miles in Harlem as New York's sole Spider-Man while Peter leaves for Symkaria, forcing Miles to prove he can live up to the legacy while becoming his own hero. The story focuses heavily on Miles' personal life, especially with his relationship with his mother Rio Morales, his best friend Genki Lee, and his complicated bond with his uncle Aaron Davis, aka the Prowler. A major conflict erupts between the corrupt Roxxon Energy Corporation and the high-tech criminal group known as the Underground, led by Miles' childhood friend Finn Mason, aka the Tinkerer. Miles' new bioelectric venom powers play a crucial role in both story and gameplay, symbolizing his growth but also causing devastating consequences. As the battle over Nuform escalates, Miles struggles with public trust, personal loss, and the responsibility of protecting his community. The emotional core of the game shines through its themes of family, sacrifice, and what it truly means to be a hero. By the end, Miles proves that he's not just replacing Peter Parker, but he's also earned his place as his own Spider-Man, making a powerful and memorable experience to revisit during the Christmas season. And that pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram and like me on Facebook. Take care, stay safe, stay awesome, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas.